1 week ago, Motocross Deschambault, Alessi first moto hole shot, Bastiani in the lead quick, then Gerke goes on a tear, but he goes down to the back section, Pourcel grabs second, Fat Yotes is the winner. Second moto, Gerke out front early, and then the Yodeler puts it in on the inside. He hits the chasm, he leads wire to wire, Pourcel was unbelievable, and then there was contact. Temperatures are rising with 1 round to go. Welcome Rockstar race fans to the final round of the 2017 Rockstar Energy Drink Motocross Nationals. This week, RJ Motorsport Park just outside of Barrie, Ontario. And today's MX1 racing will be brought to you by Motovan.com. Well, Brian, it is championship day. We're going to be giving out a #1 place today in the MX1 class. And right now, the #2 of Matt Gerke is holding court. But right behind him is the number 377 of Christophe Pourcel. As we see the 10 of Colton Facciotti sitting comfortably in third. Right now, if we go to our MX1 points, only 15 separating Gerke and Pourcel. Down to Alessi in fourth and Tyler Medaglia in fifth, Brian.
Ty's teammate Chisholm hurt his shoulder this week, and he's sitting 6th in points. Epstein, who missed a round, sitting 7th, and it's Tremblay. Clayson also missed a round, and then it's Meston.
Okay, let's talk about RJ Motorsport Park in Barrie, Brian. An absolutely gorgeous sand track with a huge, long run sweeper into a bit of a Talladega-type right-hand turn. Gate pick is, it's important here, Brian, but it's a long shoot.
Yeah, there's been good starts from the inside and outside. I think most of the key players are going to opt for around the middle. Overview of RJ Motorsport Park, right next to the 400 highway heading to Northern Ontario, just outside of Barrie. Sand, big rocks, small rocks, some hard substrate. Gonna get slippery in those apexes. Lots of options for the riders. We got inside hippers, and boy, did the track crew do a marvelous job here. James Farrington and his gang of merry men priming up this MX1 racetrack for the final national. It's gonna be epic. Championship day. Stick with us.
Welcome back to RJ Motorsport Park just outside of Barrie, Ontario for round 10, the final round of the 2017 Rockstar Energy Drink Motocross Nationals. The lovely Rockstar L bringing that Moto 1 board across. Mark Travers and Brian Coster in the booth as we see Rockstar Julia coming out with that 30 board, and look at that stance, fabulous. They have brought out the A-team today. This first MX1 Moto will be brought to you by Honda Canada. Ride red, be a daredevil, and get those red wings just like the number 10 of Colton Facciotti.
Well, Facciotti sweeping both motos last weekend in Deschambault is on a high. Coming in with the pole position is the number 10, Traz. We are getting down to the short strokes. It goes to 5.
And remember, 15 points separating Gerke and Pourcel. This is championship day. We will be giving out a #1 plate. Riders focusing on the gate, and the gate is down, Brian. Coming to that first corner. Who's going to get that road to something hole? Shot!
Man, oh man, it is the 58. No, it looks like the number 5 or the 58 of Jeremy Medaglia. And how about Alessi? Always hot out of the gate. Back and forth, it is Jeremy Medaglia on the Honda through the Honda S-Benz out front.
A privateer Honda backed by Fox Gear, Brian. That just goes to show you, now that his body's in good shape, he is just oozing talent. Love that kid on the motorcycle.
Man, oh man, what factory team will Jeremy Medaglia end up on next year in MX1? So then, it looks like Colton Facciotti, GDR Honda, so the pair of Hondas, Colton, and then Gerke in fourth, and then it's Pourcel, the championship battle, 4th, 5th.
Look at this gorgeous track here just outside of Barrie as we see Alessi on the wide side coming into that Blue Crew GP section, gets by the number 58, a Medaglia for the lead. Alessi's been spectacular early on in the Motos, Brian, hole shotting, leading. He's really had a dynamite second half of the season. Facciotti right now in third, and you're right, the Gerkman on the wide side.
Well, let's put this in perspective, Trav. There has been 5 different winners in this MX1 class this year, so it is a crapshoot. Check out the 58, mixing it up with Fat Yotes, and the Yodeler gets through the Motul turn.
Beautiful line on the inside for the number 2 of Matt Gerke, right, Pourcel right behind him. Stymied, Medaglia was a little bit through that Motovan corner. This sort of part of the track is difficult, Brian, as they section down, almost done it. Oh my, soft one for the Gerkman over the bar.
Holy smoke, sitting 4th on the opening lap. Looks like the Yamaha's running, doesn't get mowed by anyone else, so a lucky break there. It looks like one of the Uber Hondas gets by to a replay of that start, the Chad Cam, super slow-mo, that Royal distributing hole shot. it's Medallia.
It was.
300 buckaroos.
Absolutely gorgeous. Medallia, fabulous.
Oh, boy.
Now, this part of the track is tricky, Brian. Watch him come in on that midside like Gerke and just stuff the front end.
Yeah, got in that soft stuff, bottomed it out hard, augured the front end of that Yamaha, and right over the handling bars, boom, down.
Wow, Fasciotti doubling into the high line of the Cowie corner. Think about the championship, Brian. 15 points coming in. This is not what Gerke needed with Pourcel right in this top 3 hunt.
They say champions aren't made on good days, they're made on bad days. So through the Marin, Wolf Ridge wall goes Fat Yotes with a sick little whip, and putting insult to injury to Mike Alessi, our 2-time Moto winner last weekend, leading here in front of the whole Honda brigade. All the VIPs from Honda Canada are here today.
You know, when riders don't whip off of that big chasm jump, I love it when they stretch out like that. And Fasciotti does that all the time. Back to a hot battle for 14th. We got the 56 of Littner, and it looks like the 7 of Kay Clayson did not get a great start, Brian. Back to the battle for second place, Alessi, and the 377 of Christophe Pourcel, who needs to get in the lead and win this moto with that issue that Gerke had.
Yeah, there goes Gerke in the foreground, so Gerke's got to make up some ground. Right now, it is Pourcel that's gaining a lot of valuable points for this championship. Up to the Kawasaki corner, Pourcel doubling in, a bold move. This is the berm, and comes around. Oh, he's lucky. I've seen riders go off green there, off the center of that, and they just jump into no man's land. And there ain't no getting back out of it that quick. So Pourcel dodged a huge bullet there.
You're right in the lumberyard when you go off that Cowie launcher into the back section. And there's the number 2 of Matt Gerke getting by the 311 of Mike Brown. Want to talk about Mike Brown on that Husqvarna. Just got back from Loretta Lynn's. He's in his 40s, Brian. Spectacular shape, looks great in the top 10. Here's that launcher. You're right, just misses that line.
You got to land on the brakes there and just get up into that cushion of the berm. You're always going to go up on the high wall. And Fat Yotes is off track, Trav. So our leader has miscued on this very technical RJ's track, and it is Mike Alessi, Monster Energy Kawasaki out front. And what a year for Alessi. He has been rock solid in the top 3 of this grouping consistently, and Pourcel in tow, and it is getting rough out here. It is deceivingly rough. It's a chop, and you can see these bikes just chattering in the braking zones.
And when you get in these tight corners, Brian, you just see how fast and aggressive these 450s are. I absolutely love watching these bikes.
The 108 of FC Nut Up Industries Kawasaki, super fast and bimp. Here comes Pourcel challenging for the lead. Through the big step, and lands off track and saves it, and still manages to play down the pass on Alessi.
Did you see how Pourcel went through that rough stuff, Brian, and he didn't phase him one stinking bit as he quads and sort of like doubles down into that beautiful valley section. I love that jump. Back to the number 2 of Gerke, Brian. He has had an issue. He put the bike down, he stalled it, and he's way back outside of the top 20 right now. What is going on?
So Gerke is not making this championship easy on himself. Here comes the 377. Pourcel so composed. A little bit of a scary incident. He still parlays that into a lead pass. Man, that crafty Frenchman is one cool cucumber on the motorcycle, and what an outstanding rider, an icon of the sport. But look at Fasciotti, has come back, recovered well from that off-track experience, and now challenging through lappers on Alessi.
Fabs, the number 5 Monster Energy Alpha-Stars Kawasaki and Mike Alessi's been on the hot plate in almost every single moto. He's been getting leads, pole shots, battling up front. This is the Mike Alessi of old, and I love it.
He's riding wide lines here, and he has just took Fasciotti right to the edge of the track. We've seen them come together here. Just remember Nova Scotia, but Fasciotti gets the pass with the cutover into this big launcher, kissing the front fender there. Alessi not tripling.
Did you see how choppy it was coming into that GP section, boy? You really have to have your wits about you.
Oh, yeah.
Full throttle, all that chop, maintaining progression, unbelievable. Back to the number 2 of Matt Gerke, who's been on a tear, Fabs, bit between his teeth. This is the second time that he's had to pass the 311 of Mike Brown. He's just inside the top 10 now. Wow.
Gerke has done this before, and he's been super impressive. We've seen him come from behind, and he's capable. Epstein in 5th, looking good, but it is Fasciotti not to be denied. Our early leader was checking out and had that off-track excursion.
Wow.
Passing Pourcel. This is awesome. Fasciotti is the boss here at RJ Moto 1.
And think about it, Brian, that's a 3-point swing from first to second that Pourcel just lost in that championship hunt. With those issues that Gerke had, he needed those 3 points.
This is a pass that's favoring Gerke and the Rockstar Yamaha team in the big way. So the GDR Honda, here's a replay coming into the Blue Crew GP corner. Fat Yotes just cuts under, goes wide. Pourcel's got some defense, but not quite enough. Flat Yotes goes for the big tripler and makes it stick. Insult to injury for the Frenchie.
Look at this, the number 2 of Matt Gerke is now working up on the 108 of Dylan Epstein. You talked about him coming back after missing round 9. Great to see Epstein back on the track. He's won Moto so far this season. Gerke in 6th place. That's a lot of damage control in this Moto if you think about where he was early on.
Well, Travis, the manimal, as you called him, is surfacing out of Gerke. Epstein and Medallia, a couple of the only riders to triple up in the morning sessions there by the Spectator Bowl, but now it's a little bit G'd out and the track worn down. They can't quite get the drive. Here's the jump that took out Gerke early. It's a bit of a knuckler on the lander, and if you don't land it just right, you see Fossati getting a little bit of a jar there.
I love the way this RJ Motorsport track is being set up. James Ferriton and his crew has done a marvelous job. The lines, the big berm corners. The number 10 of Colt Faziati coming over the finish line and taking the checkered flag to win the first Moto here in Barrie.
Wow, what a Moto. To the Yamaha leaderboard. Jeremy Medallia impressive, and it's Epstein, Gerke, Clayson, Brown, Chisholm, Wetland. How about that 15 points for Gerke down to 5? Take a Lessie T-Unit.
It's interesting how fast you are off the start. I mean, so many motos, almost every single moto, you're in the lead or second, and that says a lot about your starts.
Well, just the technique over the years, I've just perfected it, and yeah, just starts to just almost like second nature to me now. And I can perfect them. So it's always nice to get good starts, put yourself up front, and you know, it's easier to pass 40 guys to the first turn than it is to get a bad start and try to pass them all back. So always the plan is try to get a good start, put yourself in good position, and end up on the podium like this.
How about the Royal Distributing hole shot for the number 58 of Jeremy J. Dags Medallia? Well done. Final MX1 Moto of the season next. This is round 10 of the 2017 Rockstar Energy Drink Motocross Nationals. RJ Motorsport Park and Barrie. Mark Travers and Brian Coster in the booth as we see the lovely Rockstar L coming across with that Moto 2 board. Fabs, this is going to be a great way to end the season. The championship has come down to 5 points between Gerke and Pourcel. What a way to finish. A tough Moto for Gerke. Pourcel was pretty solid, though. I'm sure he would have loved to have won that first Moto. That would have brought it down to 3 points. This final MX1 Moto will be brought to you by RoyalDistributing.com, Canada's power sports leader.
That is correct, sir. We have the lovely Julia with a 30 board, Kelsey flanking Paul Kingsley, Travs, and I am having a very hard time curbing my enthusiasm for this final championship Moto. Unbelievable storyline, down to 5 scant points. What's Gerke gonna do?
The weather's fantastic, unbelievable crowd here. MX1 calls on the game. It's down, Brian, coming to that first corner. Who's gonna get that Royal Distributing hole shot?
Woo-wee, it looks like a drag race between Gerke and the number 7 of Kate Clayson on that Redemption Racing GP bikes. Jeffrey Holmes, Katoom, but it's Gerke out front, saucing the competition early.
So Gerke is in a position that he needs to be right now. Brian, leave this. Won't you see Faziati get bumped by the number 5 of Mike Alessi off the track? Then Medallia moves into his place, a nice cluster behind. I think this says a lot about the racing on this track or the track itself. It's been fantastic today. I'm loving it.
Yeah, up to the Marin Wolf Ridge wall. They come for the first time on this Moto. That new bike from Marin is exciting. It is a fine mountain bike, and these riders, a lot of them sponsored by Marin Bikes, and check out the Yamaha Blue Crew GP section. Eye candy for all the crowd, and Gerke is doing all he can do to win this championship. Where's Pourcel?
Nice to see the number 7 of Kate Clayson in the mix, Brian. If he gets that hole shot, which I think he's going to, that will be his first of the season. He's a great rider. He had that shoulder injury late in the season, but love seeing him up in this top package as the boys funnel through the EBC Rhythm section. A couple of new parts of the track where I really like that Pro Circuit corners. Alessi on the inside stuffs Clayson. He's off the track.
Oh man, and Clayson recovers, and Alessi just gets to the edge of the track. Here's a replay of that Royal Distributing hole shot on the Chad cam. It is Clayson by half a wheel, and what a team. Redemption is a fixture. Josh Snyder, his mom Lisa, dad Dave, they are helpers for everyone out in this pro pit.
Here comes the number 377 of Christoph Pourcel, and that factory Rockstar Husqvarna working up on Kate Clayson, coming into that beautiful start sweeper turn. Oh my goodness, he goes inside with a bold crash move. What a pass for the Frenchman.
Well, he has got it, dude. It's now or next year for Pourcel, and he's a little miffed with things here with that penalty. Check out Tyler Medallia. What a ride for Ty. on that Moto Van Road Distributing black Honda.
Think about, too, coming into round 10, Brian, there was a lot of going back and forth between Pourcel and Gerke based on that pass in the second moto on that last lap. Pourcel, there was some words that were said, strong words. I even remember one referring to Pinocchio. I thought that was pretty funny.
There was over 50,000 hits on Instagram about that Gerke-Pourcel rivalry coming out of last weekend.
Wow.
And check out Tyler Medaglia.
So gorgeous.
Looking beautiful. On the inside, the Frenchman has to make this happen. A little dabbing for the 377, very uncustomary.
Look at how choppy it is through that GP section. And again, when we look at these two riders, completely different styles. And that's what I love about motocross racing. Everybody is different going into this pro circuit corner. Oh my goodness, the silent assassin. 377 like a surgeon. Pourcel makes the pass on Medaglia.
Man, what a heads-up move by Pourcel. I didn't see that coming. Here's a replay of it. They both get a nice drive here, not jumping nearly as far as in the first moto because it is getting rough. Both take that hipper, but Pourcel finds a new line right on that inside and just gets the power down. You know that Rockstar 450 Husqvarna of Pourcel's is a full US factory spec, so that bike is something else.
On the innie, I love that, not the Audi, the innie, as we get back to this gorgeous rhythm section where there's some launching and there's some options through there to the tabletop, dropping back in. Alessi in second place.
Gerke still tripling out. Pourcel makes another quick move in the bolt corner through that pro circuit rhythm section. What a spot for Pourcel to make moves, and now he's got Gerke right in front of him.
It's interesting when a rider gets comfortable with a particular part of the track and then uses it to pass multiple guys in one race.
You can see the 58 and the 8 of Keelan Messon battling. Here comes the 6 through the Honda corner, aggressive on the outside, way up high on the cushion. It just stops Alessi and Russo. Oh man, Tyler Medaglia could not have executed this any better. Look at that, right up on the cushion. I can't even believe he made that turn. He was coming in so hot, and then just gets right up on the inside and just gets the power down.
Wow.
And says, see ya later.
Just fills him full of roost after it's all over with. As we get back to our lead package, the number 2 of Matt Gerke, who got a great start, Brian. Been in the lead since corner number 2, but the 377 of Pourcel is in an interesting position. We talked about 5 points separating these two riders coming into the final moto, and as they come into the pro circuit corner, remember that inside line that Pourcel loves. There it is again!
Whoa, I was just about to say Pourcel has to make it happen, and he does. He's got a better line through this section for sure, and he's so smooth. So right now we've got Pourcel out front and the number 5 of Alessi in mechanics area, pointing to the back of the motorcycle. No, it's not a flat tire. No, it's not a broken chain. So he's got some issues, as well as Clayson. Check out the marbles in the Marin Wolf Ridge mountain bike wall. Kept the motor running on that Katoom, so he's up and running.
The number 6 of Tyler Medaglia on that Pillar Sausage Honda is now looking to get inside on the number 2 of Matt Gerke. This is an interesting play here because Gerke doesn't have to maintain this position to win the championship as he looks over, but he can't let too many guys get by him, Brian.
Yeah, he is in a precarious position right now. You can bet they're counting points, and he's looking at his mechanic every lap to see what the points tally is on that pit board. So that Ocean Transportation freight forwarding Rockstar Yamaha gets past, so puts him to 3rd. Medaglia up into 2nd through the Cowie corner. Great ride for the number 6.
And Gerke checking back to see where Fasciati is right behind him. So right now he is playing the game to win the championship. Smart move.
Gerke cannot let too many more by, like you said. He's got to maintain this position right now. Pourcel is making it up. This championship is going to come down to just a scant few points.
If Pourcel maintains here and wins, Brian, and Gerke stays in 3rd place, which is where he is right now, the championship will only be won by Gerke by 3 points. So things are tight as we get down to the final few laps.
Oh, Fasciati looks gorgeous on that all-new 2017 CR450, sitting in 4th. Travis, and this track is breaking down. It is getting rougher than rough. It's a choppy rough, and it just wants to yank the handlebars out of these athletes' hands. These guys are going to be all happy for the checkers. Even Pourcel, I'm telling you, they can't wait to get this over with because they are running a fine line on this track. They're riding so fast.
We saw the 111 of Kyle Chisholm with that separated shoulder out, soldiering around in 5th place. What a great day for him, former champion in this country. Love that kid.
Warrior.
To our leader, the 377 of Christophe Pourcel in cruise mode on his final approach, Ryan. He's going to take the moto win. Let's check back now as we see our riders come over the finish line to finish off this season. Medallia will take second place, and the number 2 of Matt Gerke, here he is. He's gonna win the championship, Brian. Crossing the finish line, there's your 2017 MX1 champion.
Welcome back, race fans, to an epic day. There's Cade Clayson, our hole shot specialist and a rider we see in Supercross. To the Yamaha leaderboard, Pourcel does all he can do. How about Medallia in second? Go down to Chisholm. There's Clayson, Brownie with a good moto. Tremblay solid, Jeremy back to 9th, and Keith's 10th on a rough track.
Colton Fasciati! Tuck in there, Colt. Well done out there, Colt, and a great way to finish it when you think about the fact that last year with that injury, the number 10 is now going to be the number 3.
Yeah, for sure. It wasn't the greatest season, but had a lot of ups and downs and some good moments, and can't thank the whole team enough for putting a good bike under me. And I've been doing this for a few years now, so I know exactly what it takes. And just those first few rounds, I lost just a little bit too many points, and then ended up getting sick there, and then just fell off just enough where it was kind of just a little bit out of hope, but we never gave up, and we pushed hard, and I'm happy with the result.
But finishing second in the 2017 MX1 class is the 377 Rockstar Husqvarna of Christoph Pourcel, ladies and gentlemen. Come on up here, Christoph. There's your trophy. Tuck her in there nice and tight.
That second moto was the last one of the year, so I was pushing a little bit and kind of find my rhythm a little bit and got some good line out back, and it was a good ride. We were in a bad position coming in today, so it's tough when you're 15 down. So overall, it was a good season. Second is not bad. The team was amazing, so we're happy to be here for sure.
Ladies and gentlemen, number 2, now number 1, Matt Gerke. There's a good photo op right there, ladies and gentlemen. It was an interesting moto and probably a very, very stressful day when you think about what happened to you in that first moto, but you did it, my friend. You took care of the business, 3rd championship in Canada, well done.
Yeah, for sure, that first moto was so stressful. I thought I ruined it when I stalled it the second time. I crashed the first lap and then stalled it and was way back. And I made it difficult on myself today. I was able to catch up to 6, and then the second moto, I got that whole shot. My bike ripped the whole shot, so I was pumped on that, and I'm like, I'm just gonna do the opposite of the first moto and then just take it real easy. That was like the longest moto of my life, though. But man, I'm so pumped to get it. It's been an awesome year. My team's been working so hard.
Would you please put your hands together for a total class act, our 2017 Rockstar Energy Drink Motocross Nationals champion in the MX1 class. Well done.
Nice job, Travis. Congratulations to all the riders and teams. These are the final top 10 numbers. Gerke takes it, then it's Pourcel, Fasciati, Alessi, Medallia, Chisholm, Epstein, Trombley, Clayson, Messon. Woulda, shoulda, coulda for some of the boys. There is our top 3 on the season. Gerke, Pourcel, Fasciati.
Nice job, Fabs. You have been watching the 2017 Rockstar Energy Drink Motocross Nationals, presented by Motovan.com, Canada's source for power sports parts and accessories. Hey, don't forget to like the CMRC MX Facebook page and go to mxnationals.ca for all the goodies. Travs, Fabs, we're out of here. We'll see you in 2018.